Hello, it's Debbie Gilbert. I'm the host of the Business Awards Show and the founder of the Best Businesswomen Awards and the Best SME Awards. And today I am joined by Dionne Popplestone. Now, she is the founder of an award-winning virtual assistant agency where she supports SMEs with everything from day-to-day admin to project management and business growth. She has over 20 years' experience spanning retail leadership, luxury brands, and large scale operations. And she brings this wealth of commercial insight to the businesses that she works with. She is super passionate about helping entrepreneurs free up their time so they can focus on what really matters, which is growing their business. So today we're going to be talking to Dionne about how to let go of your business
Dun,
and
dun,
get some
dun.
help. And we're going to talk about, the role of a VA and how that can support your business, but also about her award win in 2024 at the Best Business Women Awards and about what her plans are up and coming with her business. So welcome, Dionne.
Thank you for having me. And it's so nice to see you again. It feels like, where's the time gone? It's
I don't know
crazy.
where the time's gone. I mean, the last time I saw you, you were all glitz and glammed up and you were
I
standing
know. On the
on the
stage and
stage
everything.
at the BBWA, getting your silver award,
I
which is a fantastic
know.
achievement because you haven't been in
Thank
business
you.
very long, have you?
No, it was a year. So I started the business in June and it was the following year, wasn't it? So yeah, 12 months.
I
And I
know.
feel like I'm approaching three and so much has happened
I
in
know.
that 2 year. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So where did it, obviously you started the business coming up for 3 years ago. So where did the idea come from or why did you set up your business?
Do you know what happened, Debbie? Do you know this is not, as you've just explained, I never set out to be a VA, I always wanted to be a business owner, but this isn't my background. My background is retail management, high street, luxury brands, running big multi-million pound stores, fashion, fashion, fashion. And then I went on to manage my own shopping centre. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, that was my bag. And I redeveloped the shopping centre and took it and project managed it with the landlord through a £50 million redevelopment. And that's what I did for 3 years. So renovated it and then ran it. And then I got married and then I got pregnant and I was approaching 40. And I said, do you know what? I want my own business. I don't know what I want to do though. So in my second trimester, I walked away from my lovely salary, all of that, because, I didn't really care about the, shopping centre, the multi-story car park. It's a huge responsibility, and I just wanted to enjoy my pregnancy, which I did. But then when Elijah was approaching one, going from all of that to just being mommy at home, it was time. And I thought about what skills I had, and because I'd always managed teams, I'd always work with stakeholders, on new numbers, all of that stuff. So I thought, you know what, let me reach out to some of those stakeholders, see if they need any help with anything, just so I can work around Elijah. And that's what I did. I started reaching out and started doing a few bits here and there, but within 4 months I was fully booked.
Oh my
I
goodness
was like,
me.
well, I think I'm onto something here. So I still had obviously a 1 year old at home. So the only way I could, obviously, I was at capacity. So I thought I'm going to have to bring someone in. And I knew about the associate kind of business model because I didn't want, I wasn't ready for anyone on PAYE yet. It was 4 months old. So I brought in an associate VA and that then helped with the capacity and help scale, and then we're fully booked again. So I think you can see how
You were a victim of your own success, really.
yeah. So it's gone from that to now there's six of us, soon to be seven, because I
Wow.
scale on demand and on skill sets. So yeah, that's a little bit how I started this mad, crazy journey.
And you enjoying the journey working for yourself?
Oh, it's bonkers, but I love it. And do you know what? I'm really big on self development and obviously development of the team, but self development. I'm 42 now and I love what I do because we work with so many different industries, different sized businesses. And I learned so much from my clients.
Mm.
I've got clients who are, in the sustainability world, in the chemical world, in the coaching world, so many different, and I get bits from all of them, which is great for my own development, for my team's development, and also my business growth in itself. So I'm having a whale of a time.
Wow. Well, let's talk a little bit about businesses that come to you that know
Yeah.
they need your help, but
Yes.
they really struggle to let go and sort of delegate stuff to you.
Mm.
So, what are some of the first things that a business can think about outsourcing to you? And let's share a bit more about how the process works working
Yeah.
with VA.
So, how I start working with a client is always book the discovery call. And on that discovery call, it's about asking the right questions
Mm.
because business owners know they need to delegate, but they don't want to admit they want to delegate because a lot of them think it's a sign of weakness. For some reason, if they're not doing everything themselves, they're not a great business owner. And actually, it's probably the opposite if you think about it. So it's asking the right questions to get them thinking and make them think that it's their own idea that they're giving you the stuff. So the way I always put it, I always ask the same question. So say for instance, Debbie, you have an hourly rate as a founder of, 150 pounds an hour. I
Mhm.
always say, would you pay someone else 150 pounds an hour to do your admin? You wouldn't, would you?
No,
So why are you doing it yourself?
exactly.
Yeah. So business owners relate to revenue. So if you can talk that language with them and break it down like that, they quickly get to understand that actually what they are doing is at the best use of their time.
Mm.
As a founder, what you should be doing is managing your business and your business growth and business development. That's the biggest thing for a founder. And all of the other stuff that you do on a day-to-day basis, which absolutely need to be done. So your admin, your social media management, your blogs, your newsletter, all of that stuff are part of running a business, but not necessarily the best use of their time. So that's the things that I tease out from a discovery stage.
Brilliant. And that kind of then leads you to think about what the priorities might
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah. Where are they spending the most amount of time?
So, in your opinion, what sort of systems and processes make the biggest difference that you've seen in a small business owner?
Oh, automation,
Mm.
absolute automation. AI, oh, we've embraced it so much within my industry and educated our clients as well on embracing it and using it to their advantage. Just building basic automations, email templates, auto replies, just little things. Obviously, we've built massive systems, but those little tweaks can, for a small business, can mean the world. Put in an email template so they have an auto reply to say, do you know what? Thank you for your email. I'm doing XYZ. I'll be back to you within 24, 48 hours to take that pressure off. Just something to keep the comms going and to have a touch base. And that's the low hanging fruit, really, isn't it? But there's so much you can do, but that's the biggest difference, I think,
Mhm.
automation. And yeah, just having a process, thinking of your customer journey, absolutely is the biggest thing for a small business, customer journey.
And how are you finding combining motherhood with running your own business?
Oh, do you know, in the beginning, it was difficult because Elijah wasn't at nursery full time because we all know that there was such a lack of nursery spaces. So it was just the juggle was real. It really was real. It's not so bad now because obviously he's in full time nursery. However, there's still those days where, they've caught a bug and they have to be off
Yeah.
nursery for 3 days. You can't stop working. For me, the biggest thing for me is the team around me and
Mm.
making sure I am continuously coaching, developing, and thinking a step ahead. So I know that if anything happens and I need to step away, the team are capable. So it's communication, isn't it? And I really encourage that through with all of my clients. If something was to happen, who would know that? So really work with the people around you. And if you don't have anyone around you, that's where I can step in. Because when I do client work, I'm more on a business manager role. So for a business owner is themselves in a team and they don't necessarily have an in between, use me, teach me where the gaps are. Yeah, that's a massive one, because being a mom is difficult and you have to be thinking on your feet all the time, and you've got to have a contingency in place all the time.
It is like that, isn't it?
Oh,
You don't just need a
100%.
plan A and plan B. You need about plan A, B, C, and
Yes.
D sometimes. Okay, well, let's talk a bit about awards because you entered the Best Business Women Awards in 2024 for Best New Business, and you were very
Yeah.
successful and you became a silver winner in those awards. So tell me what your thought process was at the time to enter those awards and what the outcomes have been from that.
Yeah, so I never thought about entering an award at all. I just thought, well, it's a new business. I don't know enough. I looked at everyone else around. It's a confidence thing, wasn't it? Because I was new to business and I didn't have the confidence. But, I heard you speak and I always remember you saying, what a good process it is for a business owner. And actually, I'd never looked at it that way. And that was a game changer because through entering, I really looked at my business in a different way. I was so engrossed being in it, I had to step away to do the application, to look at my financials, go back to my business plan, go back to the beginning, look at where I've come, my growth, and just actually, what do I want in the next 12 months? What do I want in the next 3 years? So it really made me take a step back and look at what I've built, what I want to continue building, and actually to give yourself a bit of a clap on the back, because you don't do that enough. And I wasn't doing that. And it's so important to say, well done to yourself. So that was the biggest thing for me doing the process, just seeing my business differently and recognizing what I'd achieved and actually what potential we had as a business. And it was remarkable. I couldn't believe it, actually. I shocked myself.
It's nice to be recognised as a new business because then, like you said, it's affirmation you're on the right path,
Yeah.
giving you a bit more confidence because I
Mm.
think even though you come across as a very confident woman and you've had a very senior roles within corporate environments, actually stepping out of that pond into the, entrepreneurial
Oh,
pond
gosh. Yeah.
is very different. And I
Very.
often find this when I talk to people who've come out of very high profile corporate careers that they lose a bit of confidence along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you
Yeah.
say that applied to you a little bit?
Absolutely. Before you start this mad entrepreneurial journey, you do have that safety net of your salary and, all the different departments, your HR department and your marketing department, all of the hats that you've got to do yourself now. But you forget that you're in a bit of a bubble, aren't you? And then when you go it alone, and it's just a minefield. And then actually winning the silver really boosted me. But then I really wish I'd have applied again last year, because then I started getting into my own head. I used to think, oh God, what if it was a fluke? What if that wasn't real or what? And I was too scared to apply. It's my biggest regret. My biggest regret. We always get so in our heads, don't we? As business owners, because it can get quite lonely, even if you've got a team around you and you're part of networking groups, and you've got peers, but ultimately the buck stops at you, and that's a funny position to be in. So it's so easy to overthink things, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think as well, don't worry that you didn't do awards last year. I mean, some people come to it every 2 or 3 years. Some people
Yeah,
actually entering awards all the time because they know that
yeah,
it really keeps them on the map. But sometimes it's a reflective piece, and you'll probably have more that you want to put in your entry this year. Do you know what I mean? You'll have
yeah,
another year's
yeah.
trading, and you're still eligible for new business awards at the moment.
I
There's
am.
still look at that, because actually it's such a great way of continuing to get that
Mm.
traction for your business in these
Yeah.
early stages, which is really what powers the business forwards, because
Mm.
you'll know the statistics, and the statistics are, I think it's 95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. That is a statistic.
Yeah.
Get to
Yeah.
5 years, you're going to be one of the 5%, you know. And
Absolutely.
I think awards do strengthen you, and it keeps you powering forwards, really. So what
I
has
definitely
been, yeah, sorry.
I definitely think that going through that process in 2024 has it definitely was instrumental in where we are now. Because if I hadn't have taken a step back and looked at the numbers, sorry, looked at the business plan, tweaked the business plan, and made another plan that I then work to and stick to, I wouldn't be where I am. I would because I wouldn't have had no strategy. What would have just kept working, and I wouldn't have stepped away and looked at what services are bringing the most revenue. I wouldn't have even been that strategic at all, so it definitely helps, definitely.
Yeah, so it sounds like actually the awards has helped you overcome some challenges that you
Yeah.
faced anyway.
Yeah.
Because it isn't
Yeah.
easy, is it? I mean, self-doubt is one of the things that definitely holds people back. But
Mm.
I said this to somebody the other day, I've been in business for 28 years and I still get moments of self-doubt. And they looked at me and were like, really? And I was like, yeah. Because I just think it's human beings. And,
Yeah.
new businesses are starting up around us all the time. And then you're constantly thinking, well, am I still good at what I do? Am I still able to push myself forwards when there's new kids coming on the block all the time?
Mm.
So I
True.
think self-doubt, I have to say, never leaves you fully. Even after 28 years, I was still getting that. So let's talk about what keeps you focused then. What keeps you focused and motivated to go forward? I mean, I think what comes across is your passion, because
Mm.
that's the thing. When I very first met you, I thought, oh my gosh,
Mm.
she's so passionate about what she does.
Yeah.
So what is it the passion that's keeping you
Oh,
focused, motivated?
absolutely. There's nothing better. But I personally love when, I've got a client and like when they've come to you and you can genuinely offer like support to them, and you get that email to say, do you know what? I'm going to book a holiday because I can, because I know that I've got all of these things
Wow.
off my plate
Yeah.
that I've not been on holiday for 4 or 5 years. So thank you. I can now do that. And I'm confident that nothing's going to go to pot while I'm gone. Or, even when you just see the relief and the weight lifted off a client when you're on a touch base call with them, that's where that keeps me going, because it makes me feel like I'm adding value to someone, to another business owner, to another business, and I'm helping them grow. And because when our clients grow, we grow. It goes hand in hand. But it's just knowing you've made a difference in someone's life and in their business. That's such a great feeling. I wish I could bottle it up.
So, if a business owner's listening to this, I mean, what is those sort of tipping points where you think you need to get a VA? What are the things that actually that were the big signals and signs that you need to just get help? What would you say to somebody?
Yeah, so I'd say that the red flags when you're day to day, you're beating yourself up because you've not been able to do something that is on your list that you need to do, and you know how important it is, but there's just not enough hours in the day, or they've got those tasks that you know that need to be done, but it's not your strength, it's not your skill set. And when something's not your skill set, you take twice, three times as long trying to do it because it's not your skill set, and that's okay. There's so many things that aren't my skill set. So I just don't bother. That whole thing is like just like stay in your lane, know your lane and stay in your lane. I say that to my clients all the time. Your lane is business development, business growth, being your face of your business. All the other stuff, if you're starting to find that you're swaying more into, I'm spending 3 hours in my inbox, or, I can't think about what to post. I need content. Oh, everyone's doing videos and I don't want to be in front of the camera, or, all of those little things, or, I haven't got a CRM list and I don't even know where to start. I should be doing emails. All of those things. Do you know what? That's when you need to pick up the phone.
Yeah, when you're feeling that overloaded.
Yeah, the
And
overload and the overwhelm.
and potentially you're stunting the growth of your business, aren't
Completely bottlenecking it,
you?
completely. I see it every day.
Yeah, it's interesting that.
Mm.
So what's the plans for your business over the next couple of years then? Where are you headed?
For me, I want to continue growth. I have got a target in mind. I've got a strategy for another. I'm in the process of introducing another service. That it's a service that only I offer. So a bit of growth that way. Growing with the team. The team, as I said, I'm soon to be 7, so I'm recruiting at the moment, and I. As I'm going into this year now, I've started doing more charity work. So I really want to own that role as well that I'm doing with charity. So yeah, just growth and personal growth, my team growth, and just continuing to enjoy what I do. That's it.
Have you got a charity, did you say?
Yes, so I support, not me personally, but there's a local charity called the James Hopkins Trust here in Gloucestershire, and they look after poorly babies, poorly children. I know I'm a mum, and I donate 10 hours of my time free per month to support them on a strategic level. I sit with Anne, who's the trust director, and whether it's looking over their bid writing, looking for grants for them, helping doing some training with the trustees, just on that strategic level. I give 10 hours a month to them.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mm.
Oh, we'll have to put the details of that charity. So are they a nationwide charity or Gloucester-based charity?
Gloucester, yeah, Gloucester based. They're called the James Hopkins Trust, and what they do is just fantastic.
So they're supporting families who've got children who are
Yeah, yeah, poorly
failing.
children. Mm.
Fantastic. Oh, we will have to share the details for that as well.
Thank you.
Because it
Yes,
is important for businesses to give back. We are quite passionate about seeing that in our award entries that,
yeah.
you're not just running a business that you do what you can, but 10 hours a month is a significant amount of time. So
Mhm.
they must
Yeah.
be really grateful for that support.
Yes, when I Anne did cry, bless
Oh,
her. But it was just so important because as I've explained, my passion and my satisfaction comes from offering genuine support, and
mm,
like you can't get better than support to a charity, especially to kids. As a mom of a
yeah.
3-year-old, it just aligns perfectly. So anything that I can do.
Brilliant.
Mm.
So, in terms of, you've expanded the team, your own visibility as a business owner, what kinds of things have you been doing to keep your business visible, or are all your work coming via word of mouth? I mean, is it?
90% is recommendation and word of mouth. And then the other is LinkedIn. I get quite approached quite a lot on LinkedIn. I've got quite a strong email list, so I do email marketing. I'm very passionate about that, so I have 2 emails a month. Every other Tuesday at 10, go out to nurture that list, and networking for me. It's always, I started networking when my business was 3 months old, and I will continue to do that because it's all VAing, and my industry is built on relationships, massive trust. We're paying people's bills, we're in their business under the bonnet, we've got the card detail, we see everything. So relationships, trust are so important, and networking's perfect for that. We're a virtual business, however, I'm always out and about, and clients that I have, Gloucestershire and Oxfordshire, Worcestershire, as close as I'll always go out and see them. So we are a virtual business, but you do get me in person if you're not too far away. So yeah, I will continue to be visible and wherever I need to be.
And do you work collaboratively with any other types of businesses?
Yeah, so if there's a skill set that we don't have within the agency, I'm passionate about, because of my business model, supporting freelancers and smaller businesses. So I'll always work in collaboration with another freelancer or another small business that we do not have the skill set for. So
Yeah.
it's really
And
important.
do other businesses refer work to you as a collaborator?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. We work really well with marketing agencies, especially. I've got like 4 marketing agency clients that we work with, supporting them in their own business, but also their clients, because they offer the strategy and then we deliver it. So
Mm.
it's a perfect referrer. And also networking, my networking group, there's so many businesses around the table. There's 14, 15 of us in our group, and we're so hot on referring. And I always ask the question, if I am talking to someone, tell me, how can I refer you? Where,
Oh.
like, you tell me. And again, it's about learning and and developing, knowing someone else's industry. So yes, I'm very passionate about that.
Well, we touched on AI earlier in our conversation. I'm
Mm.
going to finish talking about AI because it's a massive thing and it's
Yeah.
impacting everybody's industries. How are you harnessing the power of AI with your business?
Oh, abs- I'm embracing it with both hands. At the end of the day, every industry is getting squeezed, and everyone is watching their pennies, aren't they? Everyone. And we found that we hope we win business because we can add value, and AI allows us to offer more value for the client. We can do more, and so we embrace it, because if we can do more, you get more for your money with the client. So it's just a no-brainer for us. We like
Mm.
to add as much value as possible.
Is there any particular sites that are your favourites at the moment?
Oh, I'm a hardcore original OG chat girl. I love chat. You can't. I've got uh, every one of my clients has got a custom built chat bot that just knows everything. And then I've got my own. It knows my own business. I love it. I like Perplexity
Mhm.
for the stats and just the real fact. It's a lot more factual.
Yeah.
Well, chat's so much more creative, and so I use the both of them in tangent with each other.
Fantastic. Well, it's been lovely catching up with
You
you and
too.
finding out what you've been up to since I last saw you, which was
Busy girl.
a year and a half ago. I don't know where the time goes.
I know.
And I'm sure we're going to be seeing you pick up more awards along the way as well.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So good luck,
Thank
Dionne,
you.
and I wish you continued success with your business. Thank you for joining
Thank
us
you. And
today.
thank you for having me.
You're most welcome.
Oh, thank
If
you.
if you've been listening to today's episode and you have admin coming out of your ears, then we will leave Dion's details in the show notes so that you can get in touch with her and find out how she can make lovely order out of a complete
Yes.
mess.
Yeah. Oh.
Bring order to disorder. So Dionne is your girl, and we'll leave her details for you. So thank you for joining me today, Dionne.
Thanks, Debbie.